Good morning, children. The continuation of the our living world chapter. In that next content is automated species identification tools. In the taxonomy, we are going to discuss about some tools, automated species in identification tools. These automated species identification tools mainly consists of cyber tools. What are called cyber tools? Number one, Alice. Examples: Alice, Dicey, Abyss, Spida, Drawing. What is Alice? Alice full name. Automated, what is the abbreviation? Automated Leaf Hopper Identification System. So helpful for the identification of complete information. So next one, DISY. What is the DISY? Digital automated identification system. That is a DISY. The next one, Abyss. Okay, here one more important is there. Abyss automatic. Okay, B automatic B identification system. B identification system. Remember these all the names, very important. Next, Spida. What is Spida? Spida means species. What is called? Species identified. Species identified automatically. Species identified automatically. This point also you should have to remember. Like what? Spiders. Okay, spiders, wasp, and bee wing characters. Wasp and bee wing characters. These all you have to remember. Bee wing characters. Okay. The next one, drawing. What is that one? Drawing. What is this drawing? The drawing, honeybee wing identification. Honey bee wing identification. These names you should have to remember. Okay. So Alice, Daisy, Abyss, Spida, drawing. Okay. The next one, neo-taxonomical tools. What we are going to discuss is neo-taxonomical tools. Neo-taxonomical tools. What are these neo-taxonomical tools? Okay, this is based on electron microscope. Based upon which one? Electron microscopy. The images will be studied. Images will study. That is what these are called neo-taxonomical. The which one? The study of which one? Molecular structures. Molecular DNA, RNA level structures, and you know very well of cell organelles. Cell organelles is there or not? Those also structures we can study. The next one, ethology. Ethology of what is called? Ethology of, most important, ethology of taxonomical tools. Ethology of taxonomical tools. Here what we will be. In this case, we are going to discuss about behavior of the organisms. Based upon behavior of the organism we will be. Okay. We will study about behavior of the organism. So for example, sound of the birds, sound of birds, and bioluminescence. What is called? Bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. Like that we have to. The next one, e-taxonomic. E-taxonomic resources. E-taxonomic resources. These two are also, this is also very, very important. Inotaxa. What is that one? Inotaxa. Inotaxa. Electron resource for electron resource. Okay. Electron resource for what? For digital images. Digital images and digital images. Okay. Digital images and a description about the species. And description about the species. Description about the species. These are the things you should have to remember. Next, which was developed by, this is developed, who developed one? This is developed by Natural History Museum. Natural History, okay, Museum. Natural History Museum. These are the points you should have to remember. Next, Inotaxa. Next one, Inotaxa. Inotaxa. What is Inotaxa means? Integrated, very, very important. Integrated, okay, open taxonomic access. Open taxonomic access. Okay, these points you should have to remember. Like this, these all are helpful for identification of species. So once again, come to the concept, children. Automated species. In the name itself is there automation, automated self. It consists of cyber tools, self-identification like that. What are that one? ELIS, DICE, ABIS, SPIDA, drawing. ELIS means automated leaf hopper identification system. Abbreviation important. Okay. Automated leaf hopper identification system. Automated leaf hopper identification system. DICE. Digital automated identification system. Digital automated identification system. ABIS, automatic bee identification system. SPIDA, species, okay, identified automatically, species identified automatically, spiders, wasp and beewing characters like that. Next one, drawing. So honey beewing identification system, drawing. Then neo-taxonomical tools means neo, very small level. Neo means very minute. So electron microscopy, through that electron microscopy, we will get the images. Those images helpful for the study of molecular structures of cell organelles, and we can differentiate what is what. Then ethology of taxonomical tools. Behavior of the organism. Ethology means what? Behavior. So based upon behavior of the organisms, we can divide the species, like sounds of birds. Based upon sound of bird, we will separate one particular bird. Which bird that is? Bioluminescence, emission of light. You know, here one enzyme will be there, luciferase, for emission of light. Which enzyme will be there? Luciferase. Remember that name. So bioluminescence, emitting light. Insects are there or not? How they are emitting? Because of the luciferase, okay, enzyme, that is bioluminescence. Based upon that also we can separate the organisms. Next, e-taxonomic resources. Electronic taxonomic resources like Inotaxa. So electronic resources for digital images and a description about the species. What you called? Digital images and a description about the species. This is one of the important e-taxonomic resources. Okay. So next, what is the full name of Inotaxa? This is developed by Natural History Museum. Inotaxa means what? Integrated Open Taxonomic Access. Integrated Open Taxonomic Access. Okay, these are all the points you should have to remember. So from this to what we completed, the first chapter. Okay, completed. What are the first chapter? Complete information. What we discussed, you know very well. So children, you have to Remember these all. Alice means what? Deis means what? Okay. Next one, what is abyss and spida? What is a drawing? What is neo-taxonomical tools? What are ethology of taxonomical tools? What is inotaxa? Electronic resource for digital images. So we want digital images. Now we are seeing in the textbooks digital images are not because of e-taxonomic resources only. So what is the full name of inotaxa? Integrated Open Taxonomic Access. Integrated Open Taxonomic Access. Okay, children. So once we will go to the summary about this chapter, and we will go back to the new chapter about the animal kingdom. So what we discussed in this chapter, that one we have to recollect once. Okay, what contents we discussed, that one should have to remember once, and we will go for the next chapter. What is the next chapter? Animal kingdom we will be discussing. So in this chapter, first we discussed about what? Diversity. What you call? Diversity of living. Okay, diversity of living world. Diversity in the living world. Diversity in the living world. So how many living species are there? Now they will be showing the different forms we discussed. Then we discussed about need for classification. So need for classification about the study. Okay, complete classification point of view. What needs we studied. Next we discussed about taxonomy. Okay, next what we discussed? Taxonomy, and we discussed about systematics. Okay, evolutionary relationships and habitats also, that systematics will be there. Next, Carl Woos, the three domain concept. What are the three domains? You know very well, three domains of life. What are the three domains? Archaea, bacteria and eukarya. That one we discussed. Then what we discussed is nomenclature, the naming of animals, naming of birds, and rules and regulations of nomenclature. Which language they use it for identification of names. That one we discussed. Then concept of the species. So different scientists wrote about the species in different books. That also we discussed. Okay, so this is a point you should have to remember. Next, last what we discussed in this chapter, tools. Okay, tools for study of taxonomy, like museums, zoos. Okay, key, and what he called like Alice, abyss, like that. So inotaxa. Okay, like that we discussed. So these all contents we covered. What we covered? Diversity in the living world means different forms of the life, and need for classification. What is the need of the, what required for the classification, and taxonomy, and taxonomy of systematic, taxonomy and systematics. What is the difference between taxonomy and systematics? Also we taxonomy and systematics will be. Then three domain concept, Carl Woos three domain concept. Number one, the archaea domain. Okay. Next, eukarya domain and bacteria domain. Then five kingdom concept, three kingdom concept. Okay, like that. Forage Whitakers, Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Later, we discuss about the nomenclature, naming of the animals, then concept of the species. This is very very important. What is the species? Basic unit of classification. Then hierarchy, SGF, OCPK, like that we discussed or not. So these are all the things. Then later we discussed about the tools for study of taxonomy. So what are the tools are there to study the taxonomy? So okay children, this is a complete picture about first chapter, that is only what you call living world. What you call the first chapter, living world. So worksheets I will give for this. You should have to compulsory practice, and you have to get the clarity. Next chapter name is, this is a one more important. The next chapter name is Kingdom Animalia. Chapter 2. Okay, chapter 2, Kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia. These are the things you should have to remember. Kingdom Animalia. Okay, so Kingdom Animalia, millions of animal species are there. In the Kingdom Animalia, millions of animal species are there. We can't, if you not classify properly, what will happen? So very confusion. If not properly classified, not classified, it is all not classified in the sense, what will happen? Confusion. It leads to confusion to study. Leads to confusion. Okay, please remember the point. Millions of animal species are there. We have to classify. If not classified properly, what will happen? That is leads to confusion. Okay, so that's why we should have to. And later, what happened? Then several new species also coming. So many new species are coming. So we have to. They constantly discovered. Constantly they are discussing about. Constantly they're discussing the new species constantly discovered. So where we have to keep these all new species. That's why classification is very important. So what we have to do, very essential. So classification is very essential. Classification is very essential. That's why we have to study properly. Okay, next one, we have to what you called, where should I have to keep, where, how to read about that one. So that's why classification is very essential. For what? Identification. Why classification is essential? For identification of the species. Then what we call naming, and you know very well, naming, assigning a systematic position, a perfect position, systematic position we have to give to them. Systematic position we have to. So about newly discovered species, where should I have to keep, and these all the things compulsory. So newly discovered species, where should I have to keep in the hierarchy, like that we should have to be remember. So there are all animalia are characters. Animalia means all multicellular organisms. Eukaryotic. First you should have to remember eukaryotic. All animalia organisms are eukaryotic, and what is called multicellular. Okay, eukaryotic, multicellular, and heterotrophic. You know very well what is the meaning of heterotrophic. They will depend on other organisms. Okay, so there are 35 phylums are there. How many phylums? 35 phylums are there. In these 35 phylums, only 11 out of 35 phylum, 11 are considered. 11 are considered. 11 are considered as major phylum. Okay, this point you should have to. 11 are considered as major phyla. Almost 99% animals are what we called are invertebrates. 99% animals are invertebrates, and you know the remaining are 1% only remaining are vertebrates. Invertebrates and vertebrates means which have notochord. We know vertebral column. Vertebral column is present. These points you should have to remember. Okay, vertebral column is present. So they are non-chordates. If they vertical invertebrates means no notochord. Okay, remember this word. So that's why based upon presence of notochord and vertebral column, they are divided into what are the two classes? Number one, two major groups. One is non-chordates. What is that one? Non-chordates, and another one is what is called chordates. These two important things you should have to remember. Okay, so base of classification. What is the basis of classification? This is important. So multicellular, I am telling the another point, what is called basis of classification. So on based which one they classified, First one, this point you should have to basis of classification. Structurally, functionally, multicellular organisms, what you called multicellular organisms, structurally, okay, structurally and functionally, what I said, structurally and functionally different. Structurally and functionally, they are different, but they possess certain common fundamental, what you call, features. So like the example, common features are, okay, common features, okay, common features, okay, they shows the common features. What are the common features? The layer, okay, cell layers, number one, cell layers, number two, the levels of organization, levels of, what you called, organization, levels of organization, okay. Number two, nature of coelom, nature of coelom, coelom means space between the body wall and the alimentary canal, okay. The presence or absence of segmentation, presence or absence of, what you called, segmentation, body will be divided into, like earthworm, you see, so many segments are there or not, like that. The next one, notochord and the organization, notochord present or not, okay. And what you call, organization of the organ system, organization of proper arrangement of organ system, these are the things you should have to remember, okay children. So what we are going to discuss in this lesson, so first observe very carefully. In the kingdom Animalia, millions of animal species identified are there, are introduced, are kept under Animalia kingdom. These all millions of species, how to read if not classified? In the sense, what will happen if these million of animal species not classified? In the sense, that leads to confusion, and also that's the first problem. Millions of species, number is more. The second problem is, daily every year new species of the animal is they are discovering. So constantly new species they are discovering, so that new species classification is very essential. So where should I have to keep this new species, identification of new species, naming of new species, systematic position keeping in the classification, okay. This all difficult for newly discovered species if not classification done properly. So that's why classification is very, very essential. Next is, there are different types of, what you called, types of animals are included in the Animalia kingdom. So major characters, common characters of this Animalia kingdoms, common, these all are common in the animal kingdom, are animals are, they are eukaryotic, which have the eukaryotic cells, which contains the nucleus covered with the nuclear membrane. Next, they are multicellular, means group of cells will be there, group of cells, tissues, organs, organ system, like that multicellular organisms are there. Next, heterotrophic, they will depend on others. Animals generally, maximum 99.99% animals are heterotrophic, they will depend on other plants, other animals. There are generally 35 phylums are there, but fortunately very important phylums are only 11. This is the bit. Out of 35 phylums, 11 phylums are only considered as major phylum. In this 11, in this whole percentage of animals, 99% of animals are invertebrates. Invertebrates meaning what? Which don't have the notochord. Notochord means small rod-like structure from the nervous system it will be. So notochord not there in the sense, that one we are calling invertebrates. Those remaining 99% after remaining how much? 1%. This 1% remaining are vertebrates which have the notochord. Which have the notochord, they have vertebral column. Non-chordates and and based upon the vertebral column notochord present in the sense, they will be called vertebrates. Those which don't have the notochord in the sense, they will be called invertebrates, or they are also called notochord means in non-chordates. Notochord is present in the sense chordate. So what are the non-chordates, what are the chordates, we are going to discuss in this chapter. So basis of classification, on what basis they classify the animal kingdom. So majority of organisms, or almost majority of organisms, are structurally and functionally different. All different only. For example, Porifera is different to the Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes different to the Annelida. But some common features are there. What are the common features of this animal kingdom? Are animals are they have cell layer, means they don't have any cellulose, the cell wall not there. This is a common feature. Plasma membrane common for all living beings. Then levels of organization means tissue level or organ level or organ system level. So all are similar in this animal. Next, nature of coelom. Suppose there are three types based upon coelom. Coelom means what? A gap, a space between the body wall and the alimentary canal. This coelom, if suppose coelom is there in the sense, those are called coelomatic. If coelom is absent in the sense, they are called non-coelomates. So presence are absent. They are like that coelom based upon coelomates, acoelomates, pseudocoelomates, like that they differentiated. Then presence of absence of segments. Suppose the animals have segments like this in the sense metamerism. If metamerism is there in the sense, they are metamorphic, metameric, like that. Segmentation also useful to study differentiate of the animals. Then presence of notochord like vertebrates and invertebrate. And organ system, developed organization of organ system is there. So what are the organs, what are the functions in the animals, like this. The base of classification also will be there in the kingdom Animalia. Tomorrow we will discuss about the levels of organization, cellular level organization, tissue level organization, organ level organization. We will discuss in the tomorrow's class. Thank you, children.